The 15-Point Plan is part of the Win, Make, Give podcast network.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the 15-Point Plan podcast. I'm Jacqueline Smith, and I'm here with my co-host, Ryan Greigg. And as always, we are constantly having conversations around things that relate to reducing stress, bringing energy and happiness and fulfillment into our day using the 15-Point Plan. And today we are going to talk about something that we've heard recently from Sahil Bloom. You've heard us talking about him a lot lately, but we're kind of getting our minds blown by his book, The 5 Types of Wealth. And he has been on a couple of our company calls, and I've just been really enjoying his perspectives and the way that he dissects every day, I guess, just life things, right? Like life and business. And one of the things on our minds is just, we've all had those weeks where we're energized and we're feeling good at the end of the week, right? And we've had those weeks where we're just kind of like drained and maybe feeling like unfulfilled and like, what did I even get done this week? And just kind of thinking about like, what's the difference? What makes the difference between those days where you end feeling great and energized and the days that you feel drained?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And so today we're talking about increasing your energy, reducing your stress through what we call the energy audit.
The energy audit. So here, this concept is basically where you start paying attention to not what you do with your time, but how things are bringing you energy. So the energy givers. So those would be activities that light you up. Even if they're hard or require effort, you feel great after. Maybe it's working out or creating content if that's something that you love, or time with your family. But the things that bring you energy givers. And then energy neutrals, I guess you could call it. And that's, maybe routine things, admin tasks that you don't necessarily get drained by, but you also don't necessarily get energy from: errands, emails. I don't know what it is for you. Something that is neither life-giving, but it's also not like sucking the life out of you either.
Right.
And then the energy drainers. So those are, I don't know, they could be people even, right? The energy vampires, the people that drain you, tasks that just like drain you, patterns that pull you down. Maybe it's certain meetings or certain conversations, but things that drain your energy. So energy givers, energy neutrals, energy drainers. So this is really a topic about influence, I would say.
That's right. It is. It's a topic about influence, and it could also be a journal practice. So what you want to do is you want to grab your journal, or maybe just a pen and some paper.
Yep.
And take that pen and paper and think about it for a second. Because remember, we've talked about this all the time on the podcast. It's where awareness comes into our lives that we make change. And if we just sit here for maybe 5-10 minutes and we make that list, things that give us energy, and maybe we just simplify things that give us energy, things that take energy, and we write those things down. So grab your pen, grab your paper, write energy gives and energy takes. What are the things that give you energy? And start writing those down.
Yeah.
Write those down on that left side, maybe. Things that give me energy are talking with fun people, are my workouts, are good food, are time outside, my hobbies. And then after you've done that, and just freeform it, you don't have to think too much on it. It should come to you pretty easily. Start to write down the things that take your energy. Again, maybe that's people. Maybe that's the donuts. Maybe that's not doing certain things. And when you make that list, now it's become very clear to you. You have awareness over the things that give you energy and the things that take your energy. And now the next step is, how can we ruthlessly eliminate the things that are taking our energy? And that might not happen immediately. It might not happen immediately where you can just say, okay, I'm not going to spend time with those people, or I'm not going to do that. But now you have the awareness. And if you look at that list and you keep that in a place where you continue to look at it, The goal being, how can I eliminate all of the things on that side that don't give me energy? And imagine what life would be like if those energy draining items were no longer in your life. Right, Jacqueline?
Well, yeah. And I think sometimes too, I mean, we can't just eliminate everything that we don't get energy from, out of our life. Not all of us have that option. There's some things in life that we do have to do regardless, right? And so I think there's also a different way that you can manipulate your schedule, or just put some more intentionality into when you do certain things, or change how you do those things. So it could be figuring out, okay, this one task is really energy neutral, or maybe it drains me. But is there a way that I could add fun to it? For example, I know a lot of people that they don't like running or working out on their own, right?
Mm,
That doesn't give them energy, or maybe drains their energy, but they love working out with a friend, right? They love going for a run with a group or working out in a group setting. And so is there a way that those things that you maybe listed as neutral or draining, is there a way that you could insert fun, whatever fun means for you? Some of you are cringing,
mm,
like, I don't want to be around more people for my workouts. That's how I am, right? So if you, whatever fun means for you, so can you add fun? Or another thing that you can look at is there a way that I could do this in less time? So if
mm,
something normally takes you 2 hours, can you do it in an hour? Or is there a way that you could leverage that? So, like, I loathe, Ryan, I loathe going to the grocery store.
mm.
Um, I
Yes,
don't want to go to the grocery store. So, I do use Instacart, and
right,
I'm not sorry about it, right? I save time, and maybe not money, but I save time, and I don't do something that really drains me. And so
right,
can you add fun? Can you, whatever that means for you, can you reduce the amount of time it takes to get that thing done? Or can you delegate it or leverage it in some way to where someone else is helping you with it?
right.
Um, so it's not saying like we're completely annihilating everything that doesn't give us energy out of our life. Like, I mean, we are adults here. We know that we have to do things, right? But those are 3 tips on if you can't, for the things that you can't. And then I'd say too, like to Ryan's point, like there are some things that maybe you can get rid of.
Hmm.
Like, who made the rule that says that you have to do that thing?
100%. And some things that maybe I love, other people loathe, like you said. But I'm with you, Jacqueline. I have saved so much time, and I think I actually save money by not going to the grocery store
Mhm.
because I have my previously bought items. They're already in there. I check through there. I go pick up my groceries. They're ready to go. So I
Yep.
save time doing that. Now, some people might say I hate mowing my lawn. I
Mhm.
actually get energy from mowing my lawn. I enjoy mowing my lawn. I like being outside and being in the real estate business with such delayed gratification. I love being able to go out to my backyard, spend an hour, and something is done and complete. So there's things that give me energy that maybe would take from other people. And then I think it's important to also look at, are we being most effective with our time when it comes to our income? So is it the highest paying activity? Could I pay somebody $40 an hour to mow my lawn so that I could do more real estate and make a higher hourly rate? I probably could, but I'm not spending 10 hours a week doing that. So ask yourself, how can I leverage these things out? How can I make sure that my hourly rate is the highest it can possibly be? Or could I pay somebody to do those things? Could I pay somebody to clean my house? Could, like, you have the laundry service, right? It's
Yep.
so helpful to do that so that you can focus on your business. You can focus on the things that give you energy. You can focus on the things that bring you joy. And it's worth that 10, 20, $50 to
Yep.
us. So sometimes you can leverage it out by delegating it out to people in your business that want to do those things and are good at them. Other times you can simply leverage it out by paying for it so that you can focus on the things that bring you the highest hourly rate
Mhm.
and the most joy, right?
Yeah. And then the other piece of this too is like when you schedule certain things. And so I was sharing with Ryan that I really did work on this for a long time. And I mean, it's my schedule still adapts here and there, but I've got a really good rhythm that works for me and my energy. So there's a few tips for, a lot of people build their calendar just around all their obligations. But if you think about your energy and start paying attention to when it's high, when it's low, what you were doing, who you were around, well, then you can start your day with what we would call energy anchors. So that would
Mm.
be like for you, Ryan, working out.
Yeah.
Some people, they don't want to start their day with working out. They don't feel that gives them energy. I do work out in the morning. Some people enjoy doing it after work, right?
Right.
And so, but they want to have a slower morning with journaling and snuggling with their cat or whatever it is. So start with energy anchors, things that give you energy, focus time, and then design your day and those high energy times with the time blocks for what really matters. So the deep work, the stuff that you need to get done without
Hmm.
distraction, right? And then the other thing is making sure you're protecting your white space.
Right.
A lot of people think that margin, they have their whole calendars chock blocked full. But
Hmm.
margin actually helps you release, give you time to release and to rebuild your energy in between things, right? So margin can actually be an energy giving thing if you plan your day right.
I think that's so smart. I can't just help but thinking of all the times that I rush through things. And when we
Mhm.
rush through the things, we don't give us the time that we need in between them. First of all, we're not being present when we're at that meeting or with those people or doing whatever it is because we're just, oh my gosh, I have 10 minutes left and then I have to go right to the next thing. No, give yourself a little gap in between. And, a lot of times you'll hear people say, well, Jacqueline, I can't afford to spend 10 minutes in mindfulness. I don't have the time. I think we can't afford not to.
Yeah.
Everybody's got the 10 minutes of time or maybe it's 30 minutes. And we've talked about this in past episodes. If you're not getting up as early as you want to, don't go get up 2 hours earlier than you normally do. Get up 10 minutes and there you go. You just bought an extra 10 minutes of time. You can knock out your journal if you want to. You can get some mindfulness if you want to. Everybody can wake up 10 minutes earlier and your body won't know the difference. So find those things in your life that give you energy. Put them on the paper. Write those things down and write the things down that take your energy. Because you might have thought about it, but we know that when we put things pen to paper, it's going to stare at us and we're going to stare back at it. And that's where we can make choices that will impact our energy to give us more of it and will reduce our stress level, which is simply the goal behind the podcast.
Yeah, absolutely. Ryan, I had one of our agents that I worked with her on this. And one thing that she has done that's been really helpful for her is she does specific lead generation
Mm.
activities on specific days because she's learned her energy rhythms. And so certain things take more energy, certain activities in her business, and other ones they're kind of more, I guess, monotonous. She can have a little more neutral energy to do them. So she's actually planned her whole week around her energy. Similar to what I've done. So you can't get to that point if you don't do these audits. So I would say daily and weekly auditing of your energy so that you can just learn your natural rhythms and become aware of the people and things that give and drain your energy, and you can start making some adjustments around it. You may need to learn to say no to certain people and to certain things, right? That maybe you've previously just said yes to automatically out of obligation. You may need to say no. And doing this activity will help you get awareness, and then you can make those changes and really start affecting your energy and influencing your own energy.
Yeah, that's so smart. Taking the time, first of all, to have the awareness, what gives energy, what takes energy, and then finding what are the things that require the most amount of thinking and the most amount of energy. Let me do those first. Let me do
Mhm.
those earliest in the week. Let me do the things that I have the most energy for when it is the most important. And now we're really living that life by design. We're really living an intentional life. So Simply grab that pen, that paper, write down what gives me energy, what takes energy. And if you got some joy from this was an aha for you. Share this with somebody that is impactful or meaningful in your life. As always, share all the episodes that you loved. And you can check all our previous episodes at winmakegive.com, as well as our whole other bunch of great podcasts that we hope you will enjoy as well. Jacqueline, we thank everybody for listening. Don't forget, you can follow us on social media on Instagram at Ryan Park Greigg and Jacqueline Ray Smith.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next episode.
Bye, everyone.